let's discuss about how to find quartiles for group data. This example on your screen comes from the previous videos where we discussed about how to group data. So now let's find from these 9 groups where is the first quartile, or famous with lower quartile, where is the second quartile, and where is the third quartiles, which is the upper quartiles. So before we go further to find the location and the values, first let's add a new column for your table, which is cumulative frequency. Okay, this one. So how does it work? Actually, the cumulative frequency is to find when you try to sort the data into a series of data until 180, you know that we know how far we have gone for the certain groups. For example, okay, from the first group, of course, when we just present the value of all numbers from the first group, we will have 31 series of data, right? And then when we continue from 31 to the 32nd, begins with all values from the second group between 446 and 732. And it's about 65 data. So let's sum up. It becomes, so when we have covered all of the data from the first group and the second groups on a series, we will have 96 data already. I hope you get it. 96 comes from 65 numbers from the second group plus 31 numbers from the first group. So after we continue to line up the numbers from the third group, which is there are 45 numbers, we will have total 141 data. It comes from 45 plus 65 plus 31 and so on. So in the end, after we have already lined up all the numbers until the last group, we will have all 180 data, which is the same with the cumulative frequency or the sum from the second column. Okay, so that is what is cumulative frequency. What is it for? It will be very useful when we try to locate the location of the quartiles. So let's go to the location of your quartiles. So we cannot find the value first. We have to find the location first of your quartile. So the first quartile or the lower quartiles, the location, since it divides 4 equal portion of your data, so the location will be 1/4 of your total data or the sigma of your frequency. Okay, 1/4 of it. So let's just put it 1/4 means 0.25 multiplied by the total frequency or the number of your data is the same, 180. So we have 45. This is the location. The 45th data will be your quartile 1. Get it? So the 45th data, let's just mark it at yellow. So let's locate where is the 45th data location. Since we have the cumulative frequency, the 45th is on the second group. Okay, since if we line up the first group, we only reached until the 31st number, and then when we add up with the second group, okay, we will come into 96 data. It means the 45th is in the second group. I hope it's clear. So let's mark it as yellow. So this is the location of your first quartile. So next, how to find the value of your first quartile, which is located at the 45th data. It must be between 446 and 732, right? So let's estimate the value between these two numbers. What is the 45th data of your whole data. Okay, so let's estimate the value. This is on the below. This is the formula. Okay, the formula of estimating the value of your first quartile. So it is equals the lower border of your group, okay, plus the location. The location means this number, the location of your first quartile, which is 45, minus frequency cumulative before. It means if this is your first quartile group, the frequency cumulative before is this one, 31. The cumulative frequency before that group, 31. Okay, so, and then below it will be the frequency of the first quartile group, which is 65. And then it multiplied by the length of the group or the class interval. If you see before, what is the class interval? It is 127. So let's just put all of it, 187, I'm sorry. So let's put all of the data here. So the lower border, don't forget, it will be 446 minus 0.5. It works the same like as we discussed before with median. Okay, so let's put all of this, and then you will find that the value of the 45th data as your first quartile is 507.315. It is around here, right? Okay, so we're done with first quartile. So let's go to the second quartile. The location first. Let's find the location first. It will be 2/4 multiplied by the sum of your frequency. So it is equals with the median. So actually the location of your second quartile will be exactly the same with the location of your median. The value itself will be exactly the same. So the location will be on the 90th. Okay, let's mark it as blue. So 90th, the 90th data, it's still located on the second group, since the end of the second group will be the 96th data, right? So the second quartile is still on the second group, on the same group with the first quartile, but it will be different since the location is on the 90th. Okay, let's mark it as the blue one. So let's estimate the value of the Q2, and the formula is almost the same. The lower border, the location will be the different of the second quartile, this one, and the frequency of the second quartile. So all of it will be the same except the location, since we use the same group as the first quartile. Okay, so this is how you input the data. So the location will be 90, okay, not 45 like before, okay, but the other will be the same since we used the same group. So the value of your second quartile will be 706.008. So it's still on the second group. Okay, so we estimate the value of the 90th data, which is your second quartile, is 706.008. So with the same technique, we can find the location of the third quartile, which is 3/4 of your total data. So it will be 135th data as your third quartile. So let's mark it as orange or pink here. So the 135th data will be not on the second group. It will be on the third group, since the third group is between the 97th until the 141st, right? So it will be on the third group. It will be between 733 and 1019. So what is the estimated value between these numbers? The estimated value of your third quartile will be the same formula with the before, but the data will be completely different since we used a different group here. So the lower border will be 733 minus 0.5, which is 732.5. And then the location of your third quartile will be 135. And then the frequency cumulative before of that group is this, 96. This is the group of your third quartile. It means the cumulative frequency is 96. So put 96 here. And then the frequency of your group, of your third quartile group, is 45. So put it here. And then the length of the group of or the class interval, of course, the same, since we are using the same table. So in the end, let's calculate by calculator, and you find that the third quartile value, the estimated value, is 981.233, which is, yes, it is inside the group, of course. So that's how it works to find the estimated value of your first, second, and third quartiles for group data.